Falsely thoughts, race, life's a twisted place. No time to erase. I just keep.
Aaron, you there?
Yeah, I was just unmuting. What's going on, man?
I'm all right. Are you over 18 and do you disagree with something I have on the board?
Yes, I am over 18. And I disagree with your third point. I'd gladly accept reparations for Black Americans as long as Africa gave the United States reparations
For what?
for enslaving U.S. citizens.
They didn't.
All the way, so the Numidians, all the way to the Nubians, is known as the Berber tribes. They had a vast 1,000-year slave empire hand in glove with the Ottomans. And once we were ceded from the British, we were open season to them. We would go to their kings and their slavers and ask for tribute and peace, and they would demand ships to be built from us. Third rates, frigates.
Nubia
all the
didn't.
while they would break
Nubia.
those treaties
Aaron,
and
hold
demand
on.
more
Aaron. Nubia
I said-
no longer existed when America was born. What are you talking about?
From the land, from Numidia to the Nubia, to Nubia.
They
So
didn't
that's the
exist
whole-
anymore.
well,
Numidia.
that's the
Hold on,
whole- okay,
Aaron.
so-
Hold on, Aaron.
so
Numidia.
Algeria,
Hold on, Aaron. Hold on,
Tunisia-
Aaron. Numidia and Nubia no longer existed when America was born. You talking about Algeria?
I'm talking about the geographical area.
So Algerians enslaved Americans?
Tunis, yes.
Okay,
Morocco,
all right. So if
Well,
Algerians,
you know
when
what
did
IDF is?
when did Algerians enslave Americans?
from a period of the 1770s all the way to almost the Civil War.
They were enslaving Americans.
Yes.
What is the Treaty of Tripoli then?
Okay. I know what the Treaty of Tripoli is, but again, these would be frequently broken, asking for more tribute, rechanging the negotiations.
I
all
think
the
you're
time.
capping, bro.
I'm not capping. I'm telling you historical facts.
Okay, so let's just go ahead.
I know it's
Let's
just
just go ahead and
inconvenient.
hold on. Wait. Stop.
I know it's really
Let's just go ahead.
inconvenient.
Stop. Let's just go ahead and go with this, right? What does the West African states have to do with that?
Oh, it's the North Africans. I'm talking about the Berber tribes.
All right. So the only thing you said was Africa.
That's the.
Hold on.
northern-
The only
that's
thing you
all
said.
the way from
The
Morocco
only thing you
to
wait. Stop.
Algeria.
Hold on. Chill out, bro. Chill out. The only thing you said was Africa.
I said the Berber tribes.
You said Africa.
That's Northern Africa, the Berber tribes.
All right. Africa's a continent, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how would Africa pay back America reparations? The entire continent owes America reparations?
That's how it goes. Why not? All of
No.
America owes Black Americans reparations.
No, that's
and
not how it goes. That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes.
That is exactly
No, it's
how
not.
it goes.
That's not how it goes.
Just by your
That's
logic.
not how it goes. That's not how it goes. That's not by my logic at all.
We're
You don't
hardly
even
a
you don't even understand
200-year-old
my logic,
country,
dude.
and for 100
Hold on, bro.
plus
Do you
years,
even understand my
we
logic?
depredations of slavery.
Do you understand my
by
logic?
pirates.
Do you
By
understand my
barbaric
logic
pirates.
at all?
No, you don't understand what I'm saying. at
I'm
all.
going
You-
to need some. I'm gonna
you're
need you to
having a-
mute up real quick. I'm gonna need you to mute up real quick, because you're just talking past me right now, and you're not understanding exactly what I'm saying. You need to understand what I'm saying, okay? When I talk about reparations for African Americans, I'm not talking about just for slavery. I'm talking about for slavery and the effects of it afterwards that socially and economically damaged Black America. And we know that the American government was involved in damaging African Americans. The Berbers were not involved in damaging white America. Yeah, I understand that many white Americans got enslaved over in the Berber tribes, et cetera, et cetera. I'll accept that for now, right? I'll accept that entire argument. But the Berbers, the Tunisians, the Moroccans, et cetera, had no influence over America in order to damage the lives of white American people. The American government, however, the American fucking government damaged Black Americans directly, and we know they did. So that's what reparations is for. Did the Berber tribes do that to white America for the past 200 years? You can unmute yourself now.
So you don't think all the tribute and being forced to build ships for the slavers, as you know, these
I'm
deals.
going to mute you again until you answer my question. America directly damaged African Americans, right? They are directly damaged them socially, politically, and economically for 200 to 300 years, all the way up until redlining. And they continually do it. We know the American government was involved in damaging the lives of African Americans. Were all these Berber tribes directly involved in damaging the lives of white Americans? You can unmute yourself now.
Yeah, for 100 years, socially, economically, politically, we were under the predations of slavers.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me the effects today that white Americans have that from the Berbers enslaving them.
So in our early adolescent years as America, we
No, that's not what I'm
struggled.
talking about. I'm talking about today.
Oh, well, today, that same could be said to you right now. What today
No.
are you being, where's your injustices being held to you? right now
Redlining.
today? Not redlining. I'm just
Yes,
applying
redlining.
logic.
Yes,
You're
redlining.
doing really bad at this.
No, you're extremely bad at this. Okay, I'm gonna need you to mute again because your background is loud. Redlining still affects African Americans today, and every single study will show you that. There is not one source on redlining, people who actually study redlining, there's not one that says that redlining no longer affects African Americans. Redlining still affects African Americans today, and that was a government policy, and it was made illegal in the 1970s. That still affects African Americans today. Tell me tell me something that affects white Americans today from the Berbers' enslavement.
So, okay, for white America, yeah, like I said,
Tell me something that affects white Americans today from the Berber enslavement. I just gave you something that affects black Americans today from a government policy that was made illegal in the 70s. Can you tell me one?
No, you're not telling me anything current today either.
Yes, I did. I told you redlining.
15 years ago.
I told you redlining. I told you redlining. Redlining still redlining still affects African Americans today. Redlining still affects redlining still affects African Americans today. It affects them for the from their wealth. It affects their school choice. Not the school choices. It affects their schooling. It affects what grocery stores they're in. Even affects insurance. Still today, it affects them. You can unmute yourself now.
Show me the state and county where that's being inculcated.
Where what is being implicated?
Redlining.
No, redlining is illegal. I'm telling you that it still affects them.
Okay, so
Redlining
yeah,
is all right. Shut the
person-
fuck up real quick. Redlining is illegal. I said that it still affects them. I didn't say that it was still legal.
Right, and there isn't anything you can say today, right now, to me right now that is in effect. Nothing.
I didn't say anything that's
prove it.
I didn't say in
Why are you
effect.
talking
I
about
said still
something-
affects them. I didn't say that it was still
15 years
legal.
ago?
I
Why are
didn't
you
say
talking
that it
about
was still legal. I said it still affects them.
How?
Redlining still affects African Americans today, and I told you by the education system, by the grocery system, by the banking system, by housing and insurance, it still affects them today. Any study that you look up on redlining will tell you that. Have you ever looked at what redlining was and what it did?
You're going to have to do a lot better than
Yes
that.
or
You
no?
just-
Have you ever looked up what redlining was and what it did?
Yes, I know. Okay.
Okay, then. So you know that it still affects African Americans today.
No, it doesn't. You can't tell
Yeah,
me
it does.
right now where it's being inculcated right now.
I already told you.
No, you didn't. You told me.
It affects, yeah, it affects African Americans in their school, in schooling and the education system because our education system is mostly funded through property taxes, and redline areas have less property taxes, so it affects that. It even affected grocery stores. It affected clinics. It affected insurance and home ownership. It affected all of that. If you know about redlining, then you should know that, unless you're lying. Did redlining affect the wealth of African Americans? Yes or no?
Yeah, decades ago.
No, it still
Not
affects them
today.
today.
No, you can't. Okay,
Yes, it
quantify
does.
that statement. Quantify an exact example right now where somebody is being specifically redlined.
I'm not saying that people are still being redlined today.
You're just making a broad.
I
statement
said that.
of
I said that. I
without
said
any
that. I
evidence.
said that redlining still affects.
No, you-
I said
you-
redlining. I said redlining. I said redlining still affects African Americans today because generational wealth was affected, their housing was affected, their hospital was affected, insurance is affected. Like, come on,
That's
what are we
such a
talking about
bullshit.
here?
No, you're sorry. You're just saying bullshit. You're just spouting.
Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and move on. Let's see who was next.